everyone, welcome back to Devils TV. We're back. It's been like 2 weeks since we've done a video on the Devils TV. I was going to do some stuff during the international break, but I just never got around to doing it. We're back. We are back. We're back now, and United are back as well. And yeah, we have around 8 or 9 games I think to go for this Premier League season left. It's got top four. It's going to be really difficult because Arsenal are in the form of their bloody lives at the moment. But let's see what happens. It'll be difficult. So our first obstacle in this race for Champions League football in this period is Leicester City. Leicester, of course, last time they played us, they absolutely humiliated us. At the King Power Stadium. Harry Maguire had one of his worst performances in a Manchester United that game. Leicester, right now they're 10th in the league, but if they win their 2 games in hand, they'll go. Actually, they have 3 games in hand over Wolves. If they win those 3 games in hand, they'll only be 1 point behind Wolves. So they're on 4 off. And they do have some good players as well. But of course, 2 of their very good players, Ndidi and Vardy, those 2 will not be available for this game. It was confirmed by Brendan Rodgers in his press conference. And Ralf Rangnick has said that Edinson Cavani will not be available for this game. It's concerning. It really is concerning because if Ronaldo gets injured, we're gonna have to play either Rashford up top or Bruno as a number 9, and that's not really ideal, is it? And so I do think we made a mistake. I can't even say we made a mistake though, because we shouldn't. After we got Ronaldo, there was no way anyone could have known about what would happen with Greenwood's. Martial, we let him go out on loan, and that was justifiable because he was not getting game time. And he's not even doing well at Sevilla. So do you even want to use Martial up top? So realistically, it just happens, It just happens. And with the Edinson Cavani situation, everyone knows that he is injury prone. He can get injured, and unfortunately, he got injured on international duty with Uruguay, and because of that, he's not available for tomorrow's game, and he won't be available for a few weeks, I think. So it's concerning. And of course, I forgot to mention this. Bruno Fernandez will stay to Manchester. I don't know if he'll stay till 2026, but he has signed a contract until 2026. So he is here to stay for now at least. And I think it's good. Right now, he is the club's 3rd highest paid player. So that means that I think he'll be at around 300k a week. Because De Gea is on 350k a week, and he's number 2, and number 1 is Ronaldo at 500k a week. Let's just talk a bit about Leicester. Of course, Brendan Rodgers, a bit of a rivalry with Brendan Rodgers, of course, him being a former Liverpool manager. He's a pretty good manager. He was one of the managers we were looking at when Ole got sacked, but of course now Ten Hag and Pochettino are the 2 main candidates. But he's still a good manager, Brendan Rodgers. The style of football he plays is fantastic. Leicester have challenged for Europe in the last 2 or 3 seasons, but it doesn't look like that they're going to be able to do that this season. But it's in my chance for Europe. They still might end up getting Conference League football, and if they win the Conference League this season, then they will, of course, be in the Europa League next season. And it does seem likely that they will do that. Of course, Leicester do have a UEFA Conference League game next week, so they might put a bit of a weaker team out for the game against us, and they might focus more on the Conference League game. But let's just assume that they're gonna go with their strongest team. They have some pretty good players. Kasper Schmeichel, of course, son of a club legend, Peter Schmeichel. Soyuncu, very good centre back. Stark and Justin, 2 pretty decent fullbacks. Tielemans, obviously, we all know how good he is. He is one of the midfielders that has been linked as well to Manchester United for the summer. James Maddison, of course, plays a very fantastic game. Robbie Barnes probably should get in the England team over Rashford right now. I'll just leave it at that. I'm not saying he should be in the team, by the way, but all I'm saying is that like I'm kind of highlighting Rashford's decline there. But like really, let's just talk a bit about Marcus Rashford. What has happened to him? What has happened to Marcus Rashford? I think around a year ago, is it a year ago? No, around 2 years ago, he looked like he was going to be the next big thing. He was, I remember, like in the 2019, and not 2019 to 2020 season, Rashford was, for the first 3 or 4 months of the season, he was one of our best players. He looked like he was one of the best Premier League players. Like he really was. He was one of the best players in the world on form. Like seriously, he was. And then he came back after injury and he got back into form for a bit. But then for some reason, towards the end of that season, he started to decline. And then he never really got going, if you know what I'm saying, after that. In the following season, you know what, he was injured, playing with injury, and he didn't look as good as he was in the 2019 to 2020 season. But he still got goals and assists. But this season, he's been pathetic, really. I mean, he's gotten I don't think he's gotten more than 7 goals to assist this season. I mean, that is pathetic for a Manchester United winger. I'm sorry, but that is pathetic. Of course, he has scored some important goals. Of course, that goal against Corsad. I mean, no, not really. I mean, he just scored one, maybe 2 important goals, maybe 3. But like he did score at the last minute for that against West Ham. But how did it happen? His goal against Leicester. I mean, he was 2-1. He should score. Score against Atlanta, yeah. His goal against Atlanta, his goals against Atlanta and Spurs, yeah. I'll give him that. Those were good goals. I think he got an assist. And he got an assist against Southampton as well. And against Arsenal, 2 good cutbacks. But apart from that, he's done nothing this season really. And it's disappointing because I really thought Rashford would kick on after coming back from injury, but he looks even worse than when he was playing with injury, which is pretty concerning. And the future of Marcus Rashford is to be questioned right now because we don't actually know what's gonna happen with Rashford in the summer. And he might go in the summer. He might go. And if you ask me, do I want him to stay? I'll say I don't know. There's a part of me who thinks that we should keep him, but there's another part of me that thinks that we should cash in on him and get a better winger. It's a very difficult situation. It's a very difficult situation, and yeah, of course, there's the situation with Harry Maguire, when being booed. I don't understand this. Why is everyone making such a big deal about booing, about a player being booed? Yes, it was weird. He was on international duty with England, and he's a Manchester United player, and he normally plays well for England. But the England fans were booing him. Yes, that was weird. But to be honest, I kind of get it, because if you see, because I mean, come on, do you really think? Are you really telling me that Maguire has had a better season than Stones and Tomori? I think he won't start over Stones anyways, but Tomori's not even in the squads, and just. I mean, to be honest, I would start Tyrone Mings at him, and I don't really rate Tyrone Mings. I don't think he's that good. But I would start him over Maguire if I was Southgate. And like, I get why England fans were booing him. I don't agree with it, of course. I don't think booing is a good thing to do. I think it's a big statement to come out and boo a player like that. It's weird on international duty to boo a player like that. It actually been good on the international stage, but he's still being booed. That is a bit weird. However, his club performances have not been good, and therefore the England fans probably think that she should start. And hello, unexpected arrival, which okay is off. Oh shit. Hopefully he'll be back. Yeah. So as I was saying, I think that like England fans, I think the reason why I don't want Harry Maguire to start is because I think I think players who play well for their club, they have to play. If a player wants to get called up the to the national team, to the football national team of any country, they need to earn it through their club performances. And Harry Maguire did earn that spot in England's starting 11 as their first choice centre back, as one of their first choice centre backs through the over the last few years. He had earned that, but this season he has not earned that. He has not earned that spot. He does not deserve it. And yeah, so yeah, Harry Maguire he hasn't earned that spot this season, and he doesn't deserve it. And I think that's why England fans don't want Harry Maguire to start because they think that players like Tomori or even Mings just deserve to start ahead of him. But I do, of course, I don't agree with booing. I don't think that's right. But there will be clowns in every football game. What you have to do is just ignore it. Ignore it and get on with it. I mean, like, it's like having, I don't know, what's this weak mentality? Like, after the game, after the Ivory Coast game in which Harry Maguire was being booed, you would have thought, you would have thought that someone that he, you would have thought that he had 1,000 bottles being thrown at him, but no, it was just people booing him. It was just people booing him. I mean, it was Southgate, Kane, Grealish, Henderson. And also, what is this? I'm sorry if this sounds a bit harsh, but why the fuck does a Liverpool captain need to come out and protect a Manchester United captain? That's just what? How does that make sense? Of course, Henderson and Maguire may be good mates, but they can't forget the fact that their clubs are arch rivals. You can't just. Why does that just shows the weakness of our captain? The fact that he needs a Liverpool captain to come out and protect him like that. Number one, if you like, just like and I don't like Henderson protecting Maguire like that because it shows weakness. It shows a weakness in Manchester United's captain that he needs that he needs another captain of his club's arch rival to come out and protect him. And yes, Maguire may not have asked for that, but Henderson did it. Henderson did it. And why was Maguire in a situation like it's just really confusing for me. And Harry Maguire, the thing is, there'll be clowns in every stadium. You might get booed in every football game you play from now on because of your performances. If you want to fix that, just play better. Just play better. That's it's simple as that. Football's a pretty simple game, you know. If you play well, the fans will appreciate you. You'll get praised. If you don't play well, the fans will call it out and you'll be criticized. It's as simple as that. Maguire is being criticized, but he's not taking the criticism too well, and that's weak in my opinion. Because as a football player, you have to take the criticism and you have to own up to it. You have to own up your mistakes, and that's the only way you can improve. I don't think Maguire. I think that of owning up to mistakes. I think it's just whining about it. I don't like it at all, especially since he's Manchester United's captain. He needs to take the criticism in a better way. And if he really wants the criticism to stop, then just put in good performances for Manchester United, and I'm sure the fans will start to not criticize you and start to praise you. I mean, have you looked at Sancho? I mean, he's the bloody golden boy of Old Trafford at the moment. He's Manchester's golden boy right now. And you want to know why? Because he's playing well. At the beginning of the season, some fans were like, "Oh, is he a flop? Do we overpay for him?" Because he was taking a bit of time to adjust to the Premier League. But now he's balling out week in, week out. He's balling out. He's performing well. Now fans are praising him, and then now, like, and Manchester United fans, they were like, "What the fuck? How is Sancho not in the England squad?" But you really think, but United fans, they won't like they won't like that when Rashford wasn't in the squad because he doesn't deserve to be in the squad. And similarly, Harry Maguire, I don't think he deserves to be in the squad. But yeah, this is getting a bit off topic right now. This is a preview. I've gone a bit off topic, so I will go um, to the to this website for the starting 11. Sorry, I had a bit of a brain fart there. Um, so in goal, David De Gea, of course. Of course, I mean, there's no argument really. David De Gea. I have how is he not being picked for Spain? I will never understand. I will not get it. I will not get it. How is he not being picked for Spain as the number one close goalkeeper? Like Unai Simon. No offense, but he plays for Athletic Bilbao. Is he really that good? If Bilbao were in a Champions League race, then yeah, I would be like, okay, maybe he is a great keeper. Maybe he is a fantastic keeper. But Bilbao aren't actually doing that well this season. I played it's a short table. So what is this obsession with Unai Simon for Spain? I really don't get it. Two center backs. I do think it'll be Maguire and Varane. I would go for Lindelof and Varane, but I think Ragnick will pick. I think Ragnick will pick Varane. But yeah, obviously I pick Varane. But yeah, I think it pick Maguire as well. And Varane is fit for his game, which is brilliance because there was a bit of a concern that he picked up a small injury in one of his games on international duty, but it turns out that he's fine. So happy days. Right back, it has to be the lower Wan-Bissaka is really out of form at the moment. Left back, Tellez, Shaw's out of form as well. So yeah, Tellez, two midfielders. Why am I going for a 4-2-3-1? What am I doing? It's a 4-3-3. B. Yeah. And then CDM, I think I'll go with Fred's. I just think Fred. I mean, it's between Fred and McTominay, and I think Fred suits that CDM position more, and I think he'll suit a game like this more. So, man, of course, Pogba and Bruno ahead of Fred's. Bruno first game since his new contract extension. And then off the left, I don't want Rashford to start, but I think he will start. I don't think Rashford will pick Belanga. I think I'll give Rashford another chance in this game. Let's see if Rashford takes that chance. Oh, I hope he does. I really hope he does. So for right, in front of course, one of Manchester United's most informed players at the moment. And then Cristiano Ronaldo. So yeah, there's a team that I think United will pick against Leicester: De Gea, Maguire, Varane, Tellez, Delo, Fred, Pogba, Fernandez, Rashford, Sancho, Ronaldo. So yeah, that's the thing. That's the lineup that I think Ragnick will pick for this game. I expect us to be dominated in the midfield, which is the case with most games that Manchester United play right now, unfortunately. I think some of the players who can cause trouble to us, I think. Madison and Iheanacho, of course, they can absolutely tear apart Fred. But Madison can obviously tear apart Fred's, and Iheanacho can absolutely destroy Maguire. So of course, there's a concern with that. But hopefully, Fred steps up in this game, and he's focused and has a good game. And hopefully, Varane can cover for Maguire and help him out with dealing with Iheanacho. As for the fullbacks, Bonds against Delo, that does concern me a bit, but let's see what happens. I think it's a 50-50 that one. But Tellez against Albrighton, because I think Albrighton will start for Leicester off the rights. I think Tellez should be able to win that battle. Pogba and Bruno, I think we have to get the ball to them as much as possible because a lot of our good attackive plays seem to come from when we try to give the ball to Bruno and Pogba, because Pogba can obviously give a long ball to Rashford, give a long ball to Sancho, and give a long ball to Ronaldo, and Fernandez of course can do the same, and Pogba and Fernandez, they can link up with Sancho as well. So these three creative players right here can create chances for Ronaldo, and even Rashford, and even for themselves. So yeah, I think So I think if we have Pogba, Fernandez, and Sancho linking up and creating chances, then I do think that we will be able to score goals in this game. I do think I don't think we'll keep a clean sheet simply because I just think Maguire is ridiculously out of form at the moments, and I'm never confident about keeping a clean sheet with him starting a game for Manchester United. And considering he is our captain, that's actually really sad. Um, and yeah, so yeah, my score prediction for this game, I'll go for 2-1 to Manchester United for Manchester United. So yeah, of course there will be a watch along tomorrow on Red Devils TV. I think I do think Neil will be available because I'm pretty sure he'll be watching a game. Because for us Indians, it's a pretty good time. It's not a great time, but yeah, it's a fine time. 10:30. I think the time of the game is that's an that's an alright time for me at least. So hopefully it's an alright time for him as well. I'm not sure about Yash and Yusuf. I'm not sure if they'll be available. I'll see. And yeah, so anyways, guys, it's all for today's stream. If you enjoyed, make sure to smash the like button, subscribe if you're new, turn on post notifications to be notified when we upload our next video. Make sure to join the Football Alliance Discord server if you are looking to join a football Discord server where you can talk about general football with other people online, not exclusive to Europe. You can talk about every league in the world there. If you're like me and you follow your and if you follow your country's main football league, in my case, I live in India, so the main football league here is the Hero ISL. So sometimes I talk about the Hero ISL on that server, and it's a really nice environment. The staff is pretty fantastic as well. They'll be able to deal with any prats who are causing trouble in the server. So so yeah, I would highly recommend you join the Football Alliance Discord server if you're looking to talk to online people about general football. So yeah, it's great to be back, and hopefully United will get the 3 points tomorrow. So yeah, good, Man United.